Alright, welcome friends to the second installment of the Independence Day special, the Big Four. Of course, we're talking about Anthrax, Megadeth, Metallica, and Slayer today. And episode 2, we're hitting some Megadeth. Now, I personally, I love Megadeth, and I have been a big Dave Mustaine fan for years. This guy, the guitar work that this man can do is, he's the top of the game in metal. And, he, as we all know, he started in Metallica. He actually, basically wrote most of Kill 'Em All musically. And, funny story about Mustaine and Metallica, and I'll just touch on it briefly. I always thought it was funny that he got kicked out of Metallica for being too much of a drunk. That kind of entertains me. That's like Steven Adler being kicked out of Guns N' Roses for doing too much heroin. Just doesn't seem entirely right. But anyways, so Megadeth was basically formed out of pure anger being thrown out of Metallica, and Mustaine just wanted to bury Metallica musically. And so he puts together Megadeth, and they put out their first album, Killing Is My Business and Business Is Good. And as a little extra fuck you to his former bandmates who had put out Kill 'Em All by now with a song called The Four Horsemen, Mustaine and Megadeth did their song Mechanics, which is Four Horsemen sped up, different lyrics. And Mustaine had every right to do that. He wrote Four Horsemen musically, so he had every right to take that riff and make it his own. And it's just a killer fucking album. I mean, you can't name an album Killing Is My Business and Business Is Good and not just have it be an absolute ball slamming metal album. So he puts this out, getting a little bit of steam, and then they move into their sophomore effort, which a lot will hail, including myself, is their finest album, and that is Peace Sells, But Who's Buying? The title track Peace Sells is just absolutely kick-ass. I mean, it just sums up America. It just sums up his anger towards a lot of things in society and everything that was going on at that time. You have to remember, a lot of these songs that stand the test of time, it's strange. They write them in a time period where things are relevant, and it's funny that they stay relevant. It's kind of war and all that stuff seems to constantly be something that we as a society are dealing with. So, but Peace Sells. If you have not heard this album, if you're not a Megadeth fan, if you haven't really found some metal that you really want to get into, I highly recommend grabbing some Peace Sells, But Who's Buying? I don't think you'll be disappointed. So, Mustaine, though, it has been definitely documented and noted as not being an easy man to work with. So they did go through, pretty much each album had new members, except for Dave Ellefson, the bass player. He stuck through it. They were kind of, like Tyler and Perry. They were the Toxic Twins. They very much like drinking together, partying together, and writing music together. So they somehow made it work, and good for them, and good for us as metal fans, because, Megadeth is definitely a top-tier metal band. So after another lineup change, they put out another fantastic album. I love it. A lot of people were kind of like, yeah, but so far so good, so what? Has some of one of Megadeth's best songs ever, which is In My Darkest Hour. And my personal favorite track off that album is Hook and Mouth. That song, that riff, that jam is just awesome. Absolutely awesome. So they move from So Far So Good So What, and once again there's a lineup change, and they find a guitarist to fill on So Far So Good So What. I believe was Chris Poland was playing guitar, and they move to a young man called Marty Friedman, and they find this drummer. This guy, man, just an absolute animal, Nick Mendoza on drums. And it really progressed their sound to where when they came out with Rust in Peace, it was just riff-tastic, technical precision, just absolutely amazing. And it was the first Megadeth album that I'll say really got some heavy radio play. Hangar 18 probably is the song that really broke Megadeth into more of radio-friendly and you know, just putting it out. So it's I really like that album. It's a good one. It's got some kick-ass shit on it, and especially Holy Wars, Punishment Due. You listen to that that middle riff, and it just, if you don't want to get into the pit and put a boot on somebody, you're not really a metal fan. So now they're starting to get some steam going, and they're moving forward, doing really big U.S. tours. And I don't know if it's the drinking, the drugs, whatever, but somewhere the music started kind of falling a little bit shy for Megadeth. Their album Euthanasia, it did not do it for me at all. And it had some cool songs on it. Trains of Consequence is a kick-ass song, but it just didn't. You go from Killing Is My Business and, you know, Peace Sells and So Far So Good So What and Holy Wars, and then you come out with Euthanasia that, I'm sorry, fuck, I completely fucked this up, and that's my bad. I should have my metal card pulled. Sorry, fans. Let's backtrack a little bit. I apologize. How about Symphony of Destruction? Yeah, that album, that little album, or Countdown to Extinction. Yeah. Whoops. Anyway, so Countdown to Extinction came out after Rust in Peace, and that actually was the album that really broke Megadeth into the mainstream. Really put him out there. The song Symphony of Destruction was just, everybody loves that fucking song. And then it had Sweating Bullets on it, which is just rip-tastic, just metal in your fucking face all day long. Now we can go back to what I was saying about music starting to fall shy. Anyway, so move to Euthanasia. Yeah, not that impressive of an album. And, you know, so after Euthanasia, I'll be honest, I pretty much tuned out of Megadeth. You know, they did this whole big public thing where, you know, Dave Mustaine and Metallica made up, and you know, Lars and James sat down with Mustaine and said, look, man, you know, if you want to make some money and you want to be played on the radio, why don't you do what we did and write some radio-friendly songs? And I'm sorry, man, as a metal fan, you know, Risk, the album Risk, you know, Mustaine will be even the one that tells you we took a risk by putting this album out and putting this kind of music out, and yeah, I'm sorry, it sucks. And I miss old Megadeth, and I get it, bands get older, you can't always play a million miles an hour, but when you're just blatantly saying, fuck it, I want my shit played all over the radio, and so I'm gonna write radio-friendly songs, to me, that just loses its metal edge. But anyways, without completely going off on a tangent of sellouts, which I will definitely touch on our next episode, you know, that's Megadeth in a nutshell, my friends. Mustaine is definitely one of the greatest guitarists in metal. And if you want to hear some of the hardest, heaviest riffs in metal, my suggestion to you is to definitely go out there and listen to Killing Is My Business and Business Is Good and Up Through and To Rust in Peace. So, as always, friends, thank you so much for checking out the Iron Vlog. I know this episode was a little woo, because I'm a little woo on the 4th of July. But anyways, yeah, if you're digging it, go ahead and subscribe. If not, that's cool. I just totally appreciate you checking out the videos, my friends. And come on back for episode 3, where we're going to hit a little bit of Metallica. All right, my friends, thanks so much.